dreams is a great mystery for all beings. It is the taiga, a wild forest with impenetrable swamps and radiant springs. When a person appears on Earth, they begin to explore this taiga, and their educators show them the predetermined paths within it. One path may be Christianity, another Marxism, third could be science. Fourth, the commoner's worldview. Fifth, Buddhism, and so on. There can be an infinite number of these paths, the gifts of human imagination. However, the foundation of all of them is the taiga of dreams. The difference lies in that some paths lead to the swamp of self-pity, apathy, weakness, laziness, fanaticism, and misery, while others lead to the beautiful healing spring of strength, knowledge, joy, detachment, ecstasy, and love for God. Once a person discovers one of these trodden paths, they visualize how they will walk it. They imagine it thousands of times, guiding their seer through it. While traveling within their seer, they program themselves to become angry in one situation, jealous in another, fearful in a third, or joyful in a fourth. They even simulate situations in which they hang themselves. Consequently, all their perspectives and reactions become conditioned by this repeated mental rehearsal. Now, they carve their path by themselves, and off it leads them, as well as their educators, to the dreadful swamp where many souls of people perish. However, if a person can break free from the conditioning they have created for themselves by paving the way in the dream world and learn to distinguish different paths while effortlessly traversing them without identifying with any, they will become free. Only then can they find the path to the healing spring. Educators lure individuals into their paths from childhood, promising them happiness supposedly found in building communism, democracy, family, or material wealth. However, none of this leads to freedom. It leads to conditioning, and thus, happiness cannot be found in it. Happiness lies in not depending on any particular path, no matter how alluring it may be. Happiness lies in the freedom from the necessity to follow any specific path. Once you've comprehended that all paths are nothing more than yet another dream, imagine yourself as a family person and an ascetic, a public figure and a beggar, an infant and an elderly person, and understand that it's all just imagination, simply a dream. Materialists and idealists, scientists and believers are equally bound by the path of their dream. But a dream is just a dream, and in it, anything is possible. You can fly or walk through walls if you wish. Do not confuse a dream with the physical world or the physical world with a dream. Beasts are very real in the physical world. They don't dream there. However, people seek in the physical world what they have imagined in their dreams. Communism, El Dorado, utopia, a prince, a horned hare. But they will never find these in the physical world. Each world has its own laws. If a person can see that their thoughts, dreams, ideas, principles, reactions, and feelings are merely one of the many dream paths they have accustomed themselves to walk, they will become free. Their seer will soar and enjoy the wondrous dream forest. Learn to distinguish between three worlds: sleep without dreams, dream, and the gross world. Learn to travel in the dream world. Walk any path, or not walk anywhere at all. Then will save yourself and others. But now receive initiation in the sacred waters of Belovedai.
Sao Shiant jumped into the sacred lake and dissolved into it. There, he discovered a marvelous secret that he was not allowed to disclose. Only those who immerse themselves in these sacred waters will grasp it. He woke up once again inside the cave. It was dark, and cold drops dripped from the walls. His first encounter with Belovedai was over. He stood up and walked back through the cave labyrinths. Soon, light glimmered ahead. Upon emerging, he found that morning had arrived. Old Cam was waiting for him, sitting by a small lake, where a mountain stream cascaded down from a cliff, forming a waterfall.
From the roar of the spirit, I understood that today it won't devour you.
As they walked back along the track, Sao Shiant shared what he had discovered in Belovedai.
Indeed, most people have weak configurations in their Taios. Parents raise them to be weak, telling them, "You are helpless, we are just common folks." And based on this, people begin to chart their future plans, their boss, and then pave such a path in the dream world that leads them into the swamp. My parents, for example, told me, "You are a descendant of strong lineage. Don't disgrace our family." Your father is a Keiichi, a wise storyteller, and you will be the wisest. Our spirits will help you. This later helped me pave a bright path for myself in the dream world, which then began to materialize in the world of dense dreams.
And what should one do if their parents give them a weak Taios?
Then remove from it all the weak thoughts. That you are weak, helpless, that it's hard for you, that you are incapable. And replace all resentments, self-pity, suicidal thoughts, everything that destroys you, with strong beliefs that will strengthen you. Remember all the difficulties in your life and change your assessment of them. When you were beaten, you got upset, felt sorry for yourself. But now say it's all trivial, it won't break me. I can endure much worse. Discard all the weak memories where you were lazy, negligent, or refused to make a beneficial effort so that it doesn't happen again. This way, you will strengthen your Taios. What we remember is what begins to guide us, create, or destroy us.
By evening, they had arrived at Chadir. Sitting down by the hearth, Sao Shiant and the old Cam took their meals in silence.
How does the boss develop?
While you merely project your past on what your parents have instilled about your future, your boss cannot develop because your Taios propels all of that. You're living your past driven by memory. But when you cast aside the old paths and seek something entirely new, venture down an uncharted road, your boss grows, and you connect with the future, acquiring new energy and strength. For instance, for a city dweller like you to come here, that's true news, and it nurtures your boss. You hadn't thought about this before, and no one had told you this in your childhood. It's a path into the unknown. Such paths are walked only by exceptional people, as most merely follow the path of their parents, living in the past, in memory, imprinted with their childhood configurations. The loftier and more unearthly the goals in your boss, the better. If it's like the thoughts of the revolutionaries, centered around material well-being, you won't go far because those thoughts are too grounded, too embedded in the past. However, if it's something detached from the mundane, something that revolutionizes everything, then it's better. The less worldly, human, and earthly your boss is, the lighter and brighter it will be, the closer its flight will be to the uppermost heavens, to Belovedai.